Not only that, but she took Grammy out before the party so that she was too tired to go when it was time. We got married in January of 25. Due to insurance issues, eloping with only my stepdad, brother, father-in-law, father-in-law's girlfriend, and brother-in-law one were there. After some complications with the pregnancy and having to change OBs, I was induced at 37 weeks, mostly because of dangerous levels of preeclampsia. We told my stepdad, who was in the room with us, father-in-law, brother-in-law one, and a few other people, including Grammy. As you probably guessed, Grammy told her daughter, mother-in-law, and thus the novel of texts began. I was in labor for 47 hours, barely medicated since the epidural was put in and leveled for a normal person. I'm 6'3", so they needed to up the dosage, but I had no idea. It was around noon, and my husband began getting the text that didn't stop until 3 p.m. During that time, I had an aversion, spinning a breached baby by pushing on the belly of the mother, which was the worst pain I'd ever experienced, including childbirth. She said, 10 out of 10, do not recommend. I'd love to ask her now, does she remember the pain the same way? I don't with both of my girls, but just wondered. Back on topic, sorry. Those messages sent husband into a bout of anxiety. I had to counsel him that he would be an amazing father and that he was already an amazing husband. We ignored the messages, and a few hours later, our son was born healthy as can be, if not a little bit confused. And like a copy machine, I made a duplicate of my husband in baby form. He got my eye color at least. Oh, congratulations, OP. I'm taking a second to let that soak in because I'm sorry, I'm still fuming over crusty liquor. Everyone was so excited to meet our son, Peter. They visited from in and out of state, doting on his little chunkiness, gifting him even more things than we got at the baby shower. It was very lovely. Mother-in-law did not message or come to see him. That's a blessing. We did not hear from her until 1 month later when we attended our nephew's second birthday. During that time, mother-in-law ignored Peter and I, focusing on talking to my husband like we didn't exist. And those long messages didn't happen. Of course she did. She went on about how great life is and how she's doing all these amazing things with Manny's father's inheritance. Oh, I bet. He died the year before. Husband nodded and continued a conversation with his friends. Mother-in-law then brought in her mini poodle, which is a good dog, but it ran right up to me while I was holding Peter and nipped at him. I pushed the dog off, telling mother-in-law to put it on a leash, which only rewarded me with a dirty look and an eye roll. I bet it did. Mother-in-law messaged rarely, typically the same things as before, nothing to apologize or ask about Peter. Then husband agreed to sign over the houses to her. Do what? No! He didn't want the hassle of them anymore and wanted the stress of the credit implications off his back. When doing that, we were going through troubles ourselves. I had to quit my job due to not having childcare for Peter, and we weren't able to afford our home. We resorted to having to take out money from husband's 401k to afford the basics. We resorted to eating ramen, PB&Js, etc., just so we could afford formula for Peter since I had never been able to produce. Then we got the escrow check from the sale of the houses. James and husband put in around $15,000 to save those houses from being foreclosed on when they were named homeowners. Husband never saw any of that money back. So when he saw the check, he decided to take it. With permission from James, since his name was also on it. It would allow us a month of security where we were selling our house. Yes, it may not have been the best option, but we were desperate. We put our house on the market, repaired small things needing to be done, but mother-in-law decided we owed her that money. This was not a lot either. It was $2,000. She's threatened to sue us and just sent husband a novel text about how he needs to change his car registration address. We forgot to do that. And how he was a thief and a junkie. My husband barely drinks and has never done any substances, including tobacco. My husband is super depressed, and while I'm attempting to get him into therapy, it's ingrained into him that he is too manly for it. It's a work in progress. Is there anything I can do to stop mother-in-law from this harassment? I doubt she'd waste money suing us, but if she does, I know I have a good emotional distress claim. I'm in Connecticut, which doesn't have anything lower than a restraining order, but I think that's too much. I apologize for any errors. What? Here's the advice. Cut that bitch out of your life. She told your husband she wished she would have aborted him. That right there negates anything in the future. She is the worst kind of mother. The absolute worst kind. And your husband and James inherited those properties, right? Why does your mother and Manny think they should have access to it? They've been collecting the rents and all that other stuff. Fuck her. Let her take you to small claims court. Let her get you on Judge Judy so Judge Judy can tell her what a twat waffle she is. Fuck her. Ugh. Restraining order, blocked on everything. I don't care and would never be near my child. After what she said to your husband, imagine what she would say to your child, especially when you're not around. Nope, no way, no how.